You can see here, Stewart is a little bit more of an upright grower, but still, fairly round shape. Just an excellent value on that plant. It's full to the bottom of the pot. We're definitely over our 15-inch specs, so people are really going to be wowed when they receive these azaleas. Next, Bux's Freedom. We got a lot of boxwood we want to show you. We just wanted to go through some of them, how they're looking, how nice they look. You can see the couple photos we got there. Cheryl, what's the difference between? Okay, so there we go. I can see it now. So we got the 2-gallon on the left, the 3-gallon on the right. The 3 gallons are just stunning. The 2s are really nice. They're perfect shape. I would think that the 3-gallon would probably be more suited for this time of year. But there's no problem with shipping the 2. So we'll continue to have those on. Remember the new gen boxwoods, these are the Freedom. We have the Independent also. Their claim to fame is, the boxwood blight resistance. That's a big deal. And we really like the plants. They seem to be hardy, excellent shape, low maintenance, just a great package all around. So next is Green Beauty. If it pulls up, there we go. So this is kind of a standard plant. It's been around for a little while, but it's a great grower. It's more mounded. It does have good boxwood blight resistance, not as good as the new gens, but it seems to do well. Most boxwood in general are resistant to deer, but when you have heavy populations of deer, that can be a problem for almost any plant. But great grower, low compact, a little bit smaller leaf. We have 900 of those available. Next is the Independence. So this is the photo on the Independence here. We do have 2s coming online. We'll probably have those for spring. But right now we have the 2,500 3 gallons. You can see there how nice they are. This one maybe a little more like the type of growth you get out of a Velvet. Maybe not quite as aggressive as Velvet. Probably, I would call it a better grower than just a straight Velvet. And then you get clean foliage. You don't get any of that yellow margining that Velvets can get during certain times of year. And you get the added benefit of, excellent resistance to boxwood blight. So we got 2,500 of those. Let's see if we can get some of those out there, get people to try them out for this winter and spring. Next, Buck's the Sprinter. Is in the Proven Winners program. This is more of an upright grower, kind of, I call it an upright mound. It really doesn't lend itself well to a pyramid, but it is more of an upright grower, possibly a hedge, a smaller hedge. It has a nice glossy leaf. It does very well. It seems to have really good hardiness out there. We have a little over 1,000 of these ready to go. You can see there, we're definitely pushing, the size on these 3s. So they're not going to be disappointed with the package. All right, Clethra 16 candles. That pops up there. We're pretty much wrapped up with the bloom. You can always find a sporadic one in there, but that's a midsummer bloomer, or early summer to midsummer bloomer. Extremely fragrant. It only blooms once. Every once in a while you get a sporadic when it comes out, but it's really a one-shot bloomer basically. Most of the all the Clethra that I know of are that way. But you can't beat the fragrance for the summertime. It is considered a native in most areas, so that's kind of nice about that. The foliage is really clean, really nice right now. You can see from Cheryl's photo yesterday. We got a great shape. We've changed some things how we're growing them to try to get, a more compact plant, a little better shape. So we did, the growers did a great job this year, and there's 900 of those ready to go. Grass, Blackhawks, that continues to push out and shine. The ones in the landscape are starting to bloom, or in full bloom. The ones in the nursery are just getting there. They're probably several weeks behind the landscape. But you can see there, we got the colors in there. You got good size on it. You know, it gets up there a little bit. It can get fairly tall. Overall, probably, you know, definitely 3.5 feet overall, maybe 4 feet in some cases. So it's going to make a statement in the landscape. It's not a dwarf by any means. It's not invasive in the landscape. It's not going to spread out or anything like that. But a great mid-sized to tall grass that could be added for that, just that great color. And as the fall goes on, we're going to get more and more of those reds and purples in it. So, all right, Burgundy Bunny. This is the opposite end of the spectrum. So this is, you know, basically like a dwarf Hamlin, very short, but it does get a little bit of reddish color you can see in there. Reds mixed with greens. The bloom is going to be the standard bloom, the whitish bloom. The bloom won't have any color in it. It's just all about the foliage. So, you know, a great, it can handle dry conditions. It does very well. This is a plant that if somebody puts on their lot, you definitely want to be careful not to overwater it. Most of the grass take a huge amount of water right now. Where Burgundy Bunny, it's very slow grower, and you can tend to overwater it if you're not careful. And it tends to like more well-drained soils than a lot of the grass. Most of the other grass we grow are more adaptable to heavier soils. This one here is not, so just be careful with that. Grass, so this is new, and this is in the Worry-Free program. Just come out, you know, the first time to see it here. We have a couple of them. Right now, we're showing you Cayenne. These are Hamlin-looking grass, more dwarf, but the big thing about them is they're sterile. So they're not going to throw seeds out. You can kind of see how the bloom is going to be there, or the flower. It's just starting in the photo. It's going to be a little shorter, well, definitely shorter than the Hamlin plume, but it'll get a lot of plumes in there. This one here is got a little tinge of red in the bloom. So where we just showed you Burgundy Bunny, this one here is going to have some color in the bloom. That's why we picked it. So kind of a reddish pink color. So this is Cayenne. Hopefully in a few weeks here, but we have another one called Hush Puppy. It's the smallest of the series that they came out with. And we just went with the two for now. They're going to be in the Worry-Free pot, Worry-Free program. They're both sterile grass. And, you know, hopefully we can get some traction with these. We just started with 500 each, and we'll see how things go. And we think there's a market for these, especially with the color and the blooms. All right, grass. And then we go all the way through. So this is Hamlin. So you can see here, you know, the photo of the house, the crop there. Just a fantastic crop of Hamlins, full. Cheryl pulled one out in front of it to take a picture so you could see that we got good sides on them, great looking plants. We've noticed that we haven't had a lot of movement on Hamlins lately. Most of the Hamlins we've been shipping are in the 19 centimeter range. We're moving through those pretty good, but we really want to start moving through these 4,400 trees. We'd like to get some of these out before winter. So we came up with a discount. Danny blasted that out there yesterday. So, you know, we got a 20% off. I'm going to run that for a little bit. And, you know, hopefully you can get this out. This is the time to be showing this plant. This is the time to stock this plant, to have this plant. Over the next several weeks, this is when this plant shines. So hopefully you can take advantage of it, throw it on your list of things to talk about in phone calls, show them the photo. But, you know, just an excellent value, a great plant. You know, it's for people who don't know Hamlin, you can see here, it's a shorter grass. So it can be used quite a bit in the foreground. It's not a background grass. Fairly tough, can handle a lot of different types of situations, heavier soil to lighter soils. So been around for a long time, and the reason is because it's tough. It's very true and straight in its breeding, in its variety, and just you know, easy maintenance. So great grass. Next is a collage of grasses, just you know, just show you where we are today. So you can see Adagio and Variegata and Strictus. We don't really have any pluming yet going on there. So go ahead and scroll down. You know, the Morning Lights, the Little Zebra, and the Scout. We still don't have a plume starting just yet, but we're getting very close. There are other varieties out there that are pluming. Definitely the plains grass, like the Cheyenne Sky, Heavy Metal, I think. Okay, so what else we got up there that's pluming?
We have redheads.
Redheads are in full plume.
Those I covered last week.
Yeah, and we're just now starting to get into seeing some of the plumage, but we got excellent foliage, clean foliage, looking great. So now is the time to start getting these grass out there, let them plume up on their lots here over the next couple of weeks. All right, Ilex Royal Family. Just wanted to show you where we are there. So this is our 3-gallon Royal Family. This still seems to be very popular. We have a lot more than the 2,500, but that's how many we have available today. There's more coming on that'll be ready for late fall and spring. Just a reminder, we put 2 prince and 2 princess in each pot, and then grow them that way. That way you don't have to worry about a pollinator. So you get lots of red berries, and you don't have to worry about doing the prince and planting princess. You know, that takes it all away, and that makes it really nice and really attractive for the homeowner that just wants to come in and buy 1 or 2 plants. You know, they'll have berries on every one of them, and they don't have to worry about having a male pollinator anywhere. So, all right, junipers, Blue Pacific, you know, these are looking great. You can see here we're over our spec. We're done trimming. They're pretty much starting to harden up right now. We're not expecting much more of a flush. These are going to be excellent to land out there. They're really going to fill the ground up. You know, they're large, but they're not too large. So, you know, you got the landscapers out there. This is pretty much a landscape plant, wholesale plant. They can fill a lot of ground real quick with these. So maybe, you know, they could go with us instead of somebody else that might have a little bit smaller plant. So make sure you talk about it. It's over our spec. Excellent value. Fire Chief. These are the 2 gallons. We also have 3-gallon crop out there, but these 2 gallons look great. This would be my buy of the week, other than the Hamlin grass, because you're getting a plant that's very close to our 3-gallon at a cheaper price. So we'd like to see these move. We really got these going just to get us a little bit of an intermediate crop. It's not something we're really looking at producing for the future, but we were doing everything we could to get more of these to the market quicker. So we got 1,900 of these left. We'd like to try to move through several of these before the winter. No problem with storing it though. It'll store fine. They're just in an area where we don't have houses, and so yeah, if we want to promote a Fire Chief, we definitely want to push the 2-gallon. But the 3s look great. They're also available. 15-gallon. So we have some of these. As you can see, they're not huge numbers. There's 119 bowling balls and 87 Fire Chief, but we grew these for cutting stock with the anticipation of selling. after a while, and they're in a true 15-gallon. They're in pot and pot in this photo, and they're perfect. They're just you put them in the ground and you have an instant effect. The homeowner won't have to wait, or whoever takes it won't have to wait. So, you know, anybody you got out there that's always looking for something over the top, you know, something to wow people with, something for higher end landscapes. These are there, they're available, and hopefully you can take advantage of those and ship them out.